What's your I fucking hate this song? That Google Fi jingle. It's like they went out of their way to find the most inoffensive song paired with corporate Memphis illustrations, and in doing so, actually created a cringe-inducing song that makes me mute my computer. That goddamn Applebee's ad being sold as a country song. Fight Song by Rachel Platten. I know it's used a lot in inspirational videos and it's supposed to evoke hope, but God, I hate this song. IDC if you think I'm heartless. But if that's a fight song, then it's weak as hell. It doesn't make me wanna fight. It makes me wanna take a nap. With earplugs. Ooh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. Go get fucked. The Reason by Hoobastank. Whenever my mom's at the time boyfriend did something to upset her, which, being an angry drunk and an alcoholic, was often, inevitably I'd be woken up at like 7 a.m. to him playing this song on Rocksmith bass loud as fuck. Every time he missed a note he would restart the whole song. It could go on for hours. Shape of You and Baby Shark. What's a candy you never have been able to get on board with? I've read some horror stories about sugar-free gummy bears, so I naturally avoid them at all costs. Their demeanor is inviting. But beware. Unlabeled chocolates. That goo that came in a clear toothpaste tube. I have no idea if they even make it anymore. But it was everywhere in the 90s. That ribbon candy in Grandma's dish with an inch of dust on it. Those shit-ass generic things from Trick or Treat bags of yesteryear. I never knew what they were because the orange or black wax paper wrappers were blank. They were hard, chewy and dense. Not in a good way. And most of the time when you unwrapped them, the candy had fused to part of the wrapper, so you were eating some wax paper as you chewed up this unsatisfying nugget of dental filling thievery. Each year you'd get down to the dregs of your bag and all that was left were these and plain mini Hershey's. And when even the plain mini Hershey's were gone, you still didn't want these. But you'd try one anyway, like it had gotten better since last year, but it hadn't. And one was all it took, and you threw out the rest of them and wished you could remember which old person neighbor house gave these crap things out so you could skip them next year. Garbage candy. Wax lips. You were given one wish, but everything you wish happens to everyone. What is your wish? I would wish to be genuinely happy at least once a day. Having everyone being able to look forward to that every day would make the world a better place. Pollution-free water. No more chronic disease. Everyone gets a great sleep every night. No more cancer. No one needs to go through that. Everyone to have perfect bowel movements for the rest of their lives. And X200B. Currently dealing with food poisoning. You look 20 years into the future and see you're in prison. What do you think you did? Took the job at the prison. Downloaded an MP3. Whatever I did, I was probably guilty. Jaywalked. A whole lot. Took the tag off a mattress. Or killed someone. Nice try, FBI. What is the creepiest thing that has ever happened while you were home alone? Someone started trying to force the door of my small garage apartment open, while I was laying in bed inches from the door. At around 2 a.m. My brother and I were home from school because we were sick. We had a craft room in the mostly unfinished basement and we were down there playing with miniatures. Around noon we heard, very clearly, the front door unlock, open, close, and someone walk in shoes across the foyer tile to the kitchen and turn on the sink. They then turned off the sink and went up the stairs to the second floor. I figured it was my stepdad and called my mum to let her know he came home for lunch. She had just got off the phone with my stepdad and he was in his office at work. She called him back and he came ripping home while we hid in the basement. Although we never heard the person come back down the stairs, we didn't find anyone in the house. I had a giant Bernese mountain dog. Thing never barked his whole life. Was the least aggressive animal I've ever met. Unless he was pawing at you for pets. Point is, calm, quiet and gentle. One night, I was home alone as a child. 9 to 10-ish, I honestly don't remember exactly. I hear a dog. After all, it couldn't be mine, barking up a storm. Didn't think much of it. Until he was at the sliding glass door. All hair on end. Barking his ass off. I let him in and he physically shoved me back. Then stood between me and the door for 5 of the scariest minutes of my life. He just growled and barked the whole time. Wouldn't let me anywhere near the door. Then like a fucking light he just turned around. Licked me and laid down. I have no fucking earthly clue what was out there. But it wasn't getting to me. It was like 2 a.m. and I had to take my dog out to go to the bathroom. As I'm standing out in the yard, I notice there's this really big dude walking down the sidewalk towards my house. The big dude looks over toward me and screams, "Hey! Come over here. Right now." He sounded really pissed and I definitely did not go over to him. I locked myself in the house and watched him from inside. He was pacing back and forth on the sidewalk just staring at my house and looked really mad. As I'm watching him, 2 cars pull up to the curb and a bunch of people get out and join him to stare angrily at my house. I'm very confused at this point because I don't have any enemies and I wasn't sure what all these people wanted with me. The guy who originally screamed at me starts walking toward my house and screams, "I said come over here. Right now." At that moment, my motion-activated light on my porch went on and I could see a giant goofy-looking dog sitting on my porch. The dog sprinted away when the light went on and the big dude went chasing him up the street. The people got back in the cars and chased after the dog too. As it turns out, the big goofy dog was their family pet and it had escaped from their house. It saw me in the yard with my dog and was running towards me to play. I never even saw it until the light came on. The big dude was just yelling at his dog. Not me. The people in the cars were his family members trying to help catch the dog. I actually saw them walking down the street a few days later and introduced myself. Both the dog and man were very friendly. It was a happy ending for an initially creepy situation. I wasn't technically alone as someone else was in the house. But because of his medication, he couldn't do anything to help if there was an emergency. I was downstairs with my husband snoring beside me. I heard from the top of our basement stairs, "Hello? Hello? Is everybody okay?" Quote. I went up to figure out who it was and thought maybe we'd accidentally left a door open somehow. Searched everywhere. Nothing even slightly amiss. Made a phone call and also got my neighbor over. Both doors were shut and locked. Did a thorough check behind every door. The tub. Under furniture. Etc. Nothing. No one. This has happened several times and my only explanation is that it's our neighbor. For some reason, when we're in the basement, everything our neighbor does sounds like it's in our townhouse. Though I still have no idea why he's walking around his own house calling out, "Hello?" and asking if everyone is okay. A toy declared, "I see you," when I walked past it late at night. You need to press a button on its hand for it to say something. What are the 2 types of people? Those who take 1 slice of pizza at a party because there isn't enough for everyone. And those who take 2 slices for the same reason. Those who can self-reflect and see their own mistakes and those who don't. Those who dip in ketchup and those that squeeze ketchup all over their fries. Those that can extrapolate from incomplete data. Those who add milk to their cereal and those add cereal to their milk. Those who write messages like this and those who are tired of it.
Subscribe, my brothers.